Hello everybody and welcome to my weekly, sometimes weekly vlog. I did say that towards the end of January I would try and make them more consistent. I can't promise that yet because, well, I don't want to bring everyone down, but I have a family member who is currently terminally ill. I don't know at what point they will go, and obviously when they do, I'm not going to be in the mood to be doing vlogs. I thought it would have been the end of last year. That's not the case, so I can't commit to these being consistent other than I will try and do at least one a month so that I can do the promised Patron shoutouts, because I'm not screwing over people who are willing to go above and beyond to support my channel. So I thought we'd just do a quick vlog here where I can do the shoutouts. I can also cover some new stuff, plans for the channel, and the current schedule for uploading as well. It's not going to be a long one. As I say, I just want to do some stuff, cover some things, and that'll do. As far as comments on last week's, like 4 weeks ago, mostly just people saying what games they also liked from last year. Let's see here. Pardon me. Someone pointed out Life is Strange, that was their favourite. A couple of people agreed with me that Bloodborne was the best thing last year. And Dragonakis pointed out that two of my favourite games, Bloodborne and Rebirth, well, he said they were ruined by expansions. It's more so that the expansions that came out for them were just bad. On that subject, I have one more Rebirth run to upload, and I haven't recorded it anymore, and I don't plan to record anymore. For one, there's not really any room in the schedule currently. Two, the series wasn't exactly as popular as some of the other stuff I'm covering right now. And three, they keep on ruining the game with every patch. I'm sick of it. I hate Nicholas as a company. Ed's got a George Lucas complex where he doesn't understand what people like about his game, and as a result he's making it worse. I don't like that the upcoming Afterbirth Plus is charging people for modding support, because modders can fix the game to my liking, but that he's putting it behind a paywall, which is despicable. So there's not going to be any more Afterbirth content on the channel for the time being, at the very least. In the future, yeah, there might be, because every so often, like the final Rebirth run / Afterbirth run that's going up, I recorded that solely so I could just talk about how I felt about The Force Awakens. It was a good background game to have while I was just talking nonsense about The Force Awakens for almost an hour. I like doing that. So if I get something I really want to talk about, and I want just a game in the background while I blather, that's a good excuse to record afterward, because then it doesn't really matter that the game itself isn't very good. So that's what I might do. On the subject of more scheduling stuff, I did a poll on Twitter recently about which people would rather see daily currently, like right now. Do you want a Monster Hunter Cross episode daily, or do you want a Dragon's Dogma episode daily? It was very, very close, but Dragon's Dogma won. So from Saturday just gone, by the time you hear this, Dragon's Dogma will now be daily, Monster Hunter Cross will be every other day. On every day that Monster Hunter Cross isn't up, that'll be a day for an XCOM, or a Let's Look At, or, you know, that an hour of if I have time to record it, although right now I don't. February, or end of January, start of February, super busy game wise. I've got a ton of stuff to do Let's Look At of. I've got some recorded, some I can't talk about yet because of embargoes, but there's tons of stuff coming, and my connection is being pushed, and there's still no date given for when that stupid exchange is getting done. They're doing lots of work in the area though, so it's just a case of them putting the lines in. That said, it could still be a month, it could still be 2 months, but it is going to happen, and my life will be a lot easier once I can upload maybe even 3 videos a day on days or periods where it's busy. Like, I'm not saying it's a bad thing that it's so busy right now and we have XCOM 2 on the horizon and what have you, because I like having lots of stuff to cover. It's just because my connection or my upload speed is so bad. My download speed is fine. Because my upload speed is so bad, I have to pick and choose very carefully what's in my schedule and what gets uploaded when. Like, for example, there is another upcoming game which I can't talk about right now. If I enjoy it, I want to do more videos on it, but I really can't. I don't have room in the schedule, and I hate going down this road because it's what's wrong with big YouTubers, like touching on a game because it's popular and then kind of abandoning it. I don't want to do that, but I understand now why they do it. I'm not saying it's right, I'm just saying I understand better why they do it. That said, I'm not giving up on Monster Hunter Cross because I'm enjoying it too much. Dragon's Dogma I love as well. It obviously has a natural end to get to. I don't have any intentions of doing a New Game Plus unless that's super popular. Still, by the time it ends, then I might do a New Game Plus as a different class, because I have accidentally locked myself out of certain quests that I didn't know about, but I'm playing a certain percentage of the game blind, so that's to be expected. So that's my plan scheduling wise, and I think that's everything I wanted to cover. Look out for more Let's Look Ats, some more stuff about games that aren't out yet, and obviously the ongoing series. Monster Hunter, Dragon's Dogma, Fallout 4, that's down to 2 days now because of scheduling again. So the Saturday episode for patrons, and then people who aren't patrons see that on the Tuesday, and then I think I'm making Thursday the day the other episode goes live. Sometimes it might be Wednesday if I forget, but that's my plan for now. So that's about that. Patron shoutouts. Let me turn pale for a second here. Thank you to the following people who supported the channel last month. Apropos of Nothing, Carnares, Greg the Howler, Taya Blake, Just Gaming, Bradley Parry, or Perry, I might have written this wrong, Matsamuni, Dragonakis, Nick, Jared Taper, Terravolt, Michael Smith, Thaxton, Grant Doty, Jason Anino, Thomas Telnovus, Good Rory, Amy Spain, Ryan Sadowski, Lenore, Terrell Smith, The Newbie, That One Guy with the Face, Yuki, George Stevens, and Casper MH. Thank you very much for your support as always. If anyone else is interested, please do consider supporting my channel via Patreon. Even if you just did like the $1 a month minimum pledge, that's still probably more than you would get from allowing ads on my videos. Obviously I'd like if you did that as well because it helps, but you know, January, February and a certain amount of March is terrible for AdSense anyway, so if you're considering becoming a patron for a small period of time, the start of the year is definitely the time to do it because YouTubers earn the least. So the final thing I wanted to bring up, I've been mentioning it on Twitter a lot, but I know not a lot of people follow me on Twitter. We have a Discord server now, and I don't know how I can like just tell you the URL to get it. You have to do like an invite setup. It's essentially a mixture of Skype and IRC together. It's a persistent chat room where there is also voice channels if you want, and people are using it instead of Skype now because Skype is shit. I might do that in the future, I don't know. But it's more like just a persistent chat room where like-minded people can come and chat. I have it set as saying like mostly Monster Hunter probably because I'm using it to run the Monster Hunter weeks now because then I don't need Steam, so there's no paywall. But people just use it for chatting. Whether I'm there or not, I leave it on and I read it from now and then, but you can just sit in there and chat with other people. I'll try and remember and link it below. If I don't, which is likely, I mentioned it on Twitter fairly frequently, most often on Saturdays because I tell people that's where we're doing the Monster Hunter stuff. So with that, I think that is all I wanted to cover. So that'll do. We're only at 7 minutes here. I got through this very, very quickly. I apologise if this is a bit short for some people. But thank you very much for listening. As I say, I went over the reason why I can't promise to keep these as consistent as I used to. You know, once things happen, I will go back to being consistent. Thanks for listening, and ta-ta for now.